Hey everyone, Andrew Praber with Great Expectations Realty, and this is Monday, so it's time for What's Up Ocala. All right, if any of you are at all interested in anything I have to say about Ocala or real estate or anything like that, if these videos are at all helpful to you, please go ahead and subscribe. We have so many views on our channel, but because I forget to remind you to subscribe, I guess, we don't have that many subscribers. So if you guys would just subscribe, or even better, share this video or others like it with your friends and family who might benefit from it, or just laugh at me or something, please feel free to do so. I would really appreciate it. Thanks. All right, now getting past that, I have so much to share. Okay, I know, all of my scribbles, right? All right, so of course, the weather is absolutely gorgeous right now. It was a little windy today, but still absolutely gorgeous. Now is the time that we go out and do all the stuff. You're going to do all the stuff right now because the weather is so nice out. For Florida, if you're living down here, it's basically reversed. So you know how up north you guys kind of, batten down the hatches basically during the winter. Maybe you go out and do stuff once in a while, but mostly it's like, staying indoors, playing cards, a lot of indoor stuff because it's cold outside. And then during the summer, you really take advantage of that nice weather and get out. Well, for us, because it's so hot during the summer, we really do a lot of indoor stuff and just enjoy the AC. But during the winter, it's absolutely gorgeous outside. So that's when we go out and do a lot of the stuff. So, down here, the manatees are coming up into the rivers and stuff. So going kayaking, canoeing, swimming with them and everything is just absolutely magical. It's absolutely amazing to go and do that and have that opportunity. It's really hard to express how huge these animals are. I mean, they're like whale size. They are really, really, really big. And they're just so peaceful and they're just so nice and everything. And just to just see them and just watch them and everything and, be able to swim by them and stuff is just really, really cool. So manatees are here. So a lot of, water stuff is going on and just going out and boating and stuff. It's just absolutely gorgeous outside. So a lot of that stuff happens right now. For example, we have paddle boarding, which I've never paddle boarded before. I'm pretty sure, since I'm pretty much a klutz, I will definitely fall off the paddleboard. But anyway, so this Saturday and Sunday, they have paddle boarding in the name of Betty White. So Latitude 29 paddleboard company, they are going to be at the Silver Spring State Park, and they're going to do $15 of each booking is going to go to the Ocala Marine Animal Services in honor of Betty White, which I thought was really, really sweet. Of course, we all absolutely love Betty White. She is so awesome. She was so close to turning 100 years old. So, to do something in her honor, that's really cool. I love that. And what a great thing to do, especially, like I said, this time of year, you're probably going to be paddleboarding, and that's where the manatees and stuff are and everything. It should be absolutely gorgeous this weekend. So really fun. And that water is cold too. So if you don't know how to paddleboard, they're going to show you how to do it. But if you hit the water, you're going to feel it. It's cold. Okay. Anyway, Skyzone. I don't know if you guys know what Skyzone is. It's like an indoor trampoline park. But this is probably like their slower season, I would imagine, because like I said, everybody's going outside and doing stuff like crazy right now. But they are doing an all-day pass for only $29, which I thought was really reasonable. Normally it's like, 2 hours, maybe 4 hours or something like that. But they're doing all day. So if you have, a family member, could be a kid or an adult, if you need your husband to go and like play with the kids all day and be like, okay, y'all just go jump to your heart's content. The whole thing is open to you for $29 and just go at it, go crazy. So that should be a lot of fun. I love going to the trampoline park. I know it's like super dangerous. I know a few people that have broken bones, but it's so fun. It's so fun. And they have like obstacle courses and all sorts of stuff in there. So they've got a rock wall, which I always thought I would be really great at the rock wall. I am not really great at the rock wall. You apparently have to have some level of coordination, which again, klutz. So, yeah, not so great with the rock wall. It takes me a little bit of thought. I have a hard time once you actually like fall off the wall. If you go into one of those foam pits, I swear those pits try to eat you. Like I have to like kind of lay on the top and roll out like some kind of sausage or something. And then it like, if you try and stand up and like crawl your way out of that thing, it sucks the socks right off my feet. So then I'm like sitting there struggling, trying to get this, I don't know. It's just hilarious. It's a whole workout just trying to get out of the foam pit for me. I'm saying, you know. But that place is a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. And even if you don't want to go on the trampolines, there's still a lot of other stuff that you can do. And just a blast. Okay. Leanne Womack is actually coming into concert. She's coming in at the Riley Arts Center. That's January 21st. I know normally I just do this stuff for this week, but that's pretty big news. I love Leanne Womack. I think she's an amazing singer. So it was a concert that was supposed to happen last year and it didn't happen. So she's actually going to be here January 21st at 7:30 p.m. All you have to do is just go to the RileyArtsCenter.com and it'll have all the events that are upcoming and stuff. There's a lot of them up there. So really, really neat stuff is coming up with the Ocala Symphony Orchestra and stuff like that. But anyway, go on there, get your tickets. They're really inexpensive. I think like, you know, $30 or something like that. I don't know. Go out and check. But that should be a really good one. The drive-in, of course. I have yet to do a video for you guys at the drive-in, and that place is cool. They have really good sandwiches. Anyway, they still have Spider-Man is playing Sing 2, The Matrix Resurrection, which I'm really kind of glad they're doing another Matrix movie because the ending from that last Matrix movie was terrible. So, I mean, good grief. Give them a happy ending for crying out loud. Anyway, they've also got Clifford the Big Red Dog. But this movie theater is open 7 days a week, 7 nights a week, I guess I should say. Kids 5 and under are free. Kids, like regular kids, like 12 and under, I think is $3 per kid. Adults are only $6. You can sit there and watch 4 different movies for $6 as an adult charge. I mean, that's crazy. That's nothing. So yeah, really, really, really fun thing to do. Very different. You can bring some chairs, stick them outside. And you can kind of, you know, for me and my husband, we love going to the drive-in, whether we have kids or not. If it's not them, then we get to cuddle up and we get a little blanket and we're just sitting there and it's just so cute and like old timey. It's just so fun. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, I love it. I think it's great. Over at Shalom Park, there is also a movie outside. It's called Sunset Cinema, and it's actually this Friday. So it's 6 p.m. Get the tickets in advance at shalompark.org. But anyway, you can go and get your pass and your it's basically for your parking, which is $12, but it also includes 1 large popcorn. So they're going to be doing like trivia beforehand. The gates open at 6 p.m. Then they're going to do trivia at 6:30. And then at 7 is when they're actually going to play the movie. And they're going to play the movie Tesla. But I just thought it would be a really kind of fun thing to do. Maybe something a little bit different. And it's a beautiful park. Absolutely gorgeous. So it should be really, really fun. Also on Friday night, if you don't feel like doing that, you can, you know, it's so hard because there's so many things going on the same weekend. You have to basically figure out what you're going to do. Sometimes even hourly. It's crazy. Anyway, Friday night at 6 p.m., Ocala Equestrian Academy. It's an absolutely beautiful facility. They're having their ladies night, which is super, super popular. It's like $50 and it covers a group riding lesson in a covered arena. So even if it's like pouring down rain or whatever, you still get to have your great night. And then after you have the riding lesson, then you have food and drink, and I think they do wine, but anyway, but that's following the ride. So they provide the horse, they provide all the equipment, they provide the instruction and stuff, and it's just a really fun time. So anyway, January 14th, 6 p.m. ladies night at Ocala Equestrian Academy, OEA. And if you want to get tickets to that, it's ocalaeq.com. So go ahead and do that. I'm trying to give you guys details. I know sometimes I get so excited about whatever's going on. I kind of forget like where, when, how much. I am not a professional. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so recently I finally went to the Gypsy Gold Horse Farm, and it was absolutely amazing. It's a 2-hour tour, and I think the first hour is basically, sitting there and it's kind of listening to, the owner talk about the breed and how it came about, which was super interesting, especially if you have anything to do with history or like history at all. And then it's an hour of walking on a guided tour, and it's very hands-on, very hands-on. Plus they have all these parrots, which I think are really cool. I loved the parrots. One of them, go a little bit early, like just show up like I was there right on time, so I didn't really get to like hang out with the parrots as much as I wanted, but they've got like 40 parrots and they talk, and it was just really cool. So I was like really thrilled with the parrots. Lulu, if you go there, there's 2 parrots down at the end in the one area. One's named Lulu and one is named Baby, and Lulu really loves rock music, like just really super, she loves rock music. So I had Pandora going on my phone, and she was full on rocking out and like talking and just going nuts with AC/DC. I mean, who doesn't, but really. Anyway, definitely something you want to do. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. It is a great way to spend 2 hours of your life, petting the horses, talking to them, just, great pictures. It's just a really, really fun time. I cannot say enough about it. One thing I will say is GPS will get you lost. It wasn't just me, which is why I wasn't there early. I was like right on time, but wasn't early. I should have been there like 15 minutes early, but GPS sent me to some weird place. Don't go putting the address into GPS. You will get lost. It will take you down like south of 484, which it's not south. It's over by the Florida Horse Park. So put in Gypsy Gold Horse Farm and it'll take you right there. But if you put the address into GPS, it'll take you somewhere like 5 miles south, which there's nothing there. So just put Gypsy Gold Horse Farm, and for some unknown reason, GPS will acknowledge that, even though it does not acknowledge the street that it's on. I don't know what's wrong with Google. So yeah, if you do that, just be aware, okay? I think it was like $45 for the ticket. It really was not bad at all. My husband and I snuck away one morning last week and went and did it, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So get yourself a nice breakfast and then go do the tour, and then, it's just the perfect date day, I guess. Very good for family as well. If you want to bring kids, there were some people that brought some kids, and it was awesome. All right. There is also Jennifer Foster, who's a renowned voice coach. She's actually doing something called Your Voice is Beautiful. And she at the Noma Gallery. And it's this Saturday, January 15th. And it's from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's basically for adults. It's $35 per person or $50 per couple. But she's going to actually coach you in your voice. And it should be an absolutely amazing experience. You can bring kids 13 years old and up. Like I said, it's more for adults. It's a professional voice coach will show you how to utilize your voice. So I thought it was a really nifty idea. And then somebody was asking about exercise in the community, and I know there's yoga for free at Shalom Park weekly, and I think it's like $5 over at the Fort. But there's also free Zumba 4 nights a week over at the Ed Kroski Rec Center. It's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30. So you just show up and there you go. You can do some Zumba, which I don't know. It sounds really fun. I might go over there myself. It's just, why not? Let's see. Ken Miller, who is the winner of the Steve Harvey stand-up spotlight, he's going to be over at the lodge this week, Friday and Saturday. Doors open at 6:30. But you can go over to, I believe it's thelodge.com, but check and see. Just Google the Lodge Ocala and go ahead and get the tickets in advance because they sell out. Like, seriously, they sell out. So that's over at the Lodge. It's on the square in downtown Ocala. It's on the corner of Broadway and Magnolia. I almost said Maricamp, and that's not right. All right. Okay. It's back. It's the last thing on my list, but it's the one that I was like super excited about. Okay, so the Discovery Center is basically a kids' science museum, essentially, here in Ocala. And they are doing their date night again. Okay, so last time I went, I kind of dressed nice, and it was really, you know, like, okay, sure, what are we doing here? You know, like, it was okay, but like, whatever. Okay, not even a half an hour after I'm there, random women were hoisting me through a doorway, like literally picking me up and throwing me through a doorway. It's like, how did I get into this situation? But yeah, we like split into 2 teams, and we were trying to Jenga ourselves through a doorway that had like these strings that were supposed to be like lasers or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it was the girls against the guys, essentially. So yeah, it was like equal teams. So they had their doorway that was like the same as us, and we were trying to get, each one of us was trying to get through, because the ones that had the most at the end, you know, whichever team had the most players left won. So it kind of got difficult because the strings got higher and higher, and they're crisscrossed and all sorts of stuff. And, you know, we got like parts in the way, you know? So it was like, and if you touch the string and with any of your body parts, then you were out. So it was trying to figure out how to get through the door, and it was definitely a team endeavor. My husband ended up on the other team. So, and I mean, he's like not limber at all and 6'4" with size 13.5 shoes. Okay, this guy is not going to make it very far with a game like that. But I gave it my all, because I mean, I'm just that kind of person. So at one point, I'm dressed in really nice clothes, and I'm shimmying across the floor trying to mash down my chest to make it through the yarn. It was just yarn tied, or like taped to the doorway. So, I mean, you really get to know the other people on your team really quickly in that situation. And they're all like, watch your boobs, watch your boobs. You know, they're all shouting encouragement. And then at one point, the yarn kind of got higher and higher. So we're looking at it, trying to figure out how we were going to Jenga ourselves through this yarn mess. And, so they were like, okay, do we get to use tools or anything? They're like, however you get through, as long as you get through. So we ended up, there was 3 of us out of probably 10 or 12 women that started. There was only like 3 of us left. And yeah, so they had like a table on the other side. So it just had to get over and through, and they realized that, yeah, I could probably like get over onto the table, but then how am I going to get the rest of me up? So 2 ladies in the back hoisted me up by my ankles and shoved me through the doorway onto the table. At that point, the men on the other side were like, we're out, we're done. It was hilarious. Later in the evening, there's snacks and stuff, really nice snacks and drinks and everything, and it was just kind of fun or whatever. But yeah, later in the evening, I ended up holding a tarantula, which I've always kind of wanted to do. And he asked for volunteers. I was not going near that hissing cockroach, though. That thing needed to stay far away from me. But the tarantula was really, really cool. It was a really fun night. Okay, so this one has nothing to do with bugs. That was a bug type thing. They have all of, you know, their stuff up. This one, it's brain games, and they've got puzzles that you have to solve, and you have to beat the clock. And some of the puzzles, I guess, are life size. So that's the whole event. There is the date night and stuff. I think it was only like $15, and I think the snacks probably were, you know, and drinks cost more than that. So it is an extremely inexpensive date night, and it is so much fun. Okay, I cannot tell you how much fun this was. It was just so great. So definitely go to that. That is on January 28th. Doors open at 6:30 and not before. And I think they wait until about 7 before they start the games and stuff. But it was just so fun. For me, I loved it. You know, I'm very hands-on and just really love that kind of stuff, and like, you know, set a challenge up and I'm ready to tackle it, normally face first. My husband, on the other hand, he was like, it was okay, but you know, he's more of the going to the theater and, you know, listening to orchestra music, which, you know, it's nice and I do like, but this was just, it was so much fun. I don't know. I loved it. Anyway, so if you're looking for some date night ideas, this is 18 and over only. Of course, if you want to take your kids to the Discovery Center any other time, absolutely. They still have the same expo thing, you know, with all the games and stuff, but if you're looking for something different to do for date night, I highly recommend it. It was so much fun. The employees that worked there was just, I think they were having just as much fun as we were, honestly. All right. Getting past all of that, there's so much other stuff going on. Please go to Things to Do Ocala, which is a Facebook group. A friend of mine, she runs it. She's absolutely amazing. There's also on Ocala, City of Ocala Parks and Rec, they have their spring guide of things, activities to do and how much and where it is and all of that stuff. There's like 100 things that I'm not even getting to. I'm just doing the highlights, which is still hard. I mean, seriously, how are you going to do all of this in a weekend? It's like, pick what you want and go from there, because it's just, there's always so much to do. All right. Real estate. You guys probably want to actually hear about real estate. I'm like 20 minutes in and I haven't even started in this. Anyway, new listings. Okay, so for the last 24 hours, we've had 58 new listings in all of Marion County. 58. Keep in mind, our county is, well, it's bigger than the state of Rhode Island, but everything's bigger than the state of Rhode Island, so that's not a huge thing. But it is almost the same size as Connecticut, as the state of Connecticut. They got us by a few hundred miles. Not much. Not much at all, okay? So it's a really, really, really big area. 58. Okay, and that talks like vacant land, residential, commercial, rental, everything. 58 listings for all of that area. It's huge. Okay. 96 went pending. So, okay, definitely still a seller's market. Sold 42. We had 42 closings over, it'll probably be over today because it wouldn't have been over the weekend for that. Anyway, here's the really interesting thing. For price increases, 4 in the entire county. Price increases 4. For price decreases, 20. So almost half as many houses or listings hit the market, almost. I'd say about a third would be more accurate. Anyway, about a third of them had to decrease. So like 20 listings decreased. So that was really interesting. I thought it was really interesting. That means that, you know, even though we don't have that many houses coming onto the market, and even though we have quite a few coming off, almost double coming off, the prices are still staying right about there. So, I mean, the market is what the market is. So it's not like the prices are just, you know, catapulting, you know, crazy right now. They're really not. So it is what it is. I mean, they're still going to be going up because we just still don't have the inventory. But we do have a lot of new construction going on. I mean, it is everywhere. Everywhere you turn in Marion County right now, something's being built. Like if it's a Publix down the street, new homes. On my way home, I pass in just 10-minute drive, maybe 15-minute drive. I pass a new subdivision coming in. Another, I don't know what it is. They just cleared the land, so that's something coming in. 2 gas stations, a new Publix, and some retail. They've got like a string of retail things coming in. A new storage facility, neighborhood storage, and multiple brand new construction houses. Like, I can't even, like, even within 2 blocks of my house, I see 2, 3, 4, 5 houses being built right now. Like, being built, like actively, you know, clearing the land, putting the roof on, whatever. I actually was mad because I came home and I'm trying to come down my road and there's like a car coming at me and it's got, you know, its headlights, and then there's a car or a truck parked over next to the vacant lot that they're just starting their work on. And it was like a construction truck or whatever. But I was driving down and there's 2 headlights, you know, blaring right at me. I'm like, Y'all, I can't see. So I don't know what you're doing, but I can't see. So I'm like, well, just drive between the headlights and hope there's nobody walking around because I'm blind. But yeah, not a good plan. All right, I did want to let you know, I don't know if you were watching this week, the interest rates went up. So I don't know if you're watching the interest rates at all, but it's kind of interesting to see them go up. I mean, it's not like they can go down. Yeah, here, let me just give you a free mortgage, like no interest rate. I mean, what are they supposed to do? So, they are going up. We are up to, let's see, for a 30-year fixed interest rate, the national average is 3.4%. But still, that's up 17 basis points over last week. And the APR is 20 basis points up from last week. That's a lot for 1 week. I know, of course, over the holidays and stuff, you know, they weren't, you know, it's not like a lot of stuff was being done or changed or whatever, but in 1 week, that is a lot. That's a lot for an increase, especially nationwide. I mean, yeah. So I keep seeing, okay, I know. Every realtor out there is commenting on this, and I'm just like, I don't want to be one of those. But we keep hearing from buyers, oh, the houses are so expensive right now. I'm just going to wait for the crash. Okay. If you plan your life around the real estate market, you're going to lose. You have to plan your life around your financial goals going forward. So let's say there is another crash, because of course there will be at some point. I don't know if it's going to be now. I don't know if it's going to be 20, 30 years from now, but at some point, what comes up must come down. That's just normal. That a normal market goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. If it was just straight all the time, that would be weird. All right. So it goes up and down, up and down and down. But to wait to fulfill your life's goals and to help your family financially, which I'm sorry, but buying a home is the best way to stabilize your family's financial future. To wait on that for a crash to happen is a bad plan. That is not a plan. That is very, very, very bad idea. Okay. That's inaccurate information. Because do you know what happened? I was here for the last crash. Everybody lost their jobs. Nobody had jobs. Guess who didn't get mortgages? Those that lost their jobs. I mean, people that had jobs for 10, 20 years and thought they were golden, they didn't have a job. What also happened is the banks couldn't loan money. I mean, almost nobody could get a mortgage because it was just so, in flux. So it's, it wasn't like, okay, wow, the housing market crashed. Let me go and run to the bank real quick and get a loan. That's not what happens. Okay. That is not what happens. Not only that, you're going to have higher interest rate. There's no way it's going to be 3%. So what I would recommend highly is to go ahead and make your plans and go ahead and purchase your house. It doesn't have to be through me. I'm not saying this for my benefit. I'm literally saying wherever you live. If you live in Timbuktu, knock yourself out. That's still the same information. Make your plans to purchase your home. It might not be that you necessarily should do it today if it's not in your best financial, plan to do that right now. But at least to make the plan to do it when it is. I don't want you to be house poor. You should be able to afford to order pizza, for crying out loud. It's kind of like what I told my stepson. He was telling me that I don't normally bring any kind of religion into it, but he was telling me that he didn't believe in God, and I was like, okay. But I said, well, I do. I don't really think God cares one way or another, or it doesn't change anything. He's still there whether I believe in him or not. But look at it this way. If I'm wrong, I've lived a good life. I'm happy with my life and the choices that I made living by those, those standards, because of my beliefs. If you're wrong, you're screwed. Sorry, a bit of a joke. It's like, think about it. So yeah, I know I'm probably going to edit this out later. You guys are going to be like, But the thought is still the same. Okay, if I'm wrong, okay, fine. You bought a house, you own the house, you live in your house, something crashes, okay, fine. You still have your house. You still have to live somewhere. It's going to be paying for rent, or it's going to be paying to your own home. But either way, you have to live somewhere. So if I'm wrong and it crashes, well, you still have a house. You still can sell it. You can get rid of it and go back to renting at any point. You can walk away at any point from a house. And like, there you go. You can do cash for keys programs and stuff that they had. There was all sorts of stuff they did. Do short sale and sell it. There was a lot of investors that bought houses that were under what they were worth, and the people could walk away from. There was a lot of options open to people that owned their own home besides just foreclosure. But even then, after a few years, you can purchase a house again. After 3 years, you're considered a new home buyer again. Okay, there's still a lot of options open to you. If you don't purchase a home, you're kind of screwed, because if you wait for the crash, you can't get the mortgage. You might not have a job at that point. And then you're trying to you still have to live somewhere. You still have no house and no job at that point. An eviction takes about 3 weeks to a month in Florida. A foreclosure takes about a year. So, yeah, a little bit different. There's no options with short sale or cash for keys or anything like that normally with a tenancy. You're just out. It's just very, very different. You're in a very different position at that point. You can always go back to renting. You cannot always qualify for a mortgage. It doesn't work that way. Let's say in 5 years, you're still waiting for that crash to happen. That means you've paid rent, tens of thousands of dollars in rent that's now gone. For me personally, I'd rather go ahead and buy the house. I'm saying, okay? Just do the math. Just please, 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 just do the math, okay? Just sit there and figure out how much your rent is times 12, and that's annually what you're paying for somebody else's mortgage. And then go over to, let's say, a USDA calculator, which is free to do. Go in there, and because most of Marion County qualifies for a USDA loan, which is no money down, go in there and figure out for we'll say a $300,000 house, which you don't have to spend that much. You can do a $200,000 house. Let's say, let's just break it in the middle. $250,000 house. I know new construction houses you could get for that. $250,000 house, no money down. Take a look and see what you would be paying with your 3.4% interest rate monthly and annually, and see which one is better. Just do the math yourself. It's okay. I'll wait. All right. I'm being snarky today. I think it's just because I have not eaten dinner yet, and it is 8 o'clock at night. And so, yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Anyway, I brought religion into this. Oh my God, I never, ever, ever do that. But it was a really funny joke, and my stepson and I both kind of laughed about it and stuff. I was just, joking around with him. So, but yeah, I would say for all of those that are like, I'm waiting for the crash to happen and then I'll go ahead and do this. That is not a plan. That's not even a good idea. That's a bad idea. Make your plans for as far as you can. Stop paying a landlord. I am a landlord, okay? We have 150 properties in management. I absolutely think that renting is a great option for some people in some situations. Absolutely. If you're going through a divorce, if you're just moving to a new area, if you just got a new job, if you don't qualify for a mortgage yet, maybe you're rebuilding your credit or something. Yes, of course, rent for a short period of time, but it's not something you should do all your life. It's just not. It's not a good plan for your financial future for your family. It's just not. So definitely look into purchasing a home. If you are at all worried about it, go ahead and contact me. Feel free to get a hold of us on our website, which is GER.ExpectationsOcala.com. Even if you are not in my area, I'm still happy to answer your questions. We love helping people, or else I would not be doing this YouTube channel even. So we want to help you guys as much as possible. So even if you're not from my area, I have absolutely no problem helping you out. To the best of my ability, I don't know a lot of the stuff in other areas, like the laws and stuff. Sometimes my mom would call me from Michigan and ask me about being a landlord in Michigan. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know the laws up there. If I tell you what I do down here and you do it up there, you could get sued. I can't tell you what to do up there. It's just different laws in different states depending on what you're doing. But for the basics, what is a USDA loan? How do you qualify for it? Stuff like that. That's easy because that's federal. So there are a lot of things that we can help you with. We can easily show you where the eligibility map is because the house has to be in an eligible area. What that means is rural. We are very rural here in Marion County. So we qualify for USDA rural development, which is great. So that's how we have those loans that are no money down, and it's through the government. It's to qualify for them. It's almost like doing it's maybe a little bit easier than conventional. Very similar to FHA, I guess, VA. I don't know. That's where it goes into the mortgage lender. I'm gonna have to get another one of those on here. Phone a friend. Anyway. But if I can help, if I can answer your questions at all, I will. It might be that I need to go ahead and contact a friend that is a lender and say, can you answer some questions for me or for us? That is not a problem either. If I don't know, I'm pretty happy with saying, I don't know, but I can find the answer for you. So anyway, feel free to contact me if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns or otherwise. And otherwise, I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next video.